Om Ganati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vancha kalpatarubhisha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The topic of my presentation will be the nature of the holy Dham through the eyes of Vedanta. And I'm very much grateful for this opportunity to speak here in the Sanskrit department, in the auditorium, based on the Sanskrit studies. I was also somehow connected to Sanskrit, but it was a long time ago. Actually, I'm Videshi. Videshi means the foreigner, one who came from another country. But I came to India. And why? I came to Bhakti. And Srila Jiva Goswami, very interestingly, he explains in the Bhakti Sandarbha that there are two ways how to come to the Lord. Vichara Pradhana Marga and Rucha Pradhana Marga. Vichara Pradhana Marga means that analytically we study that there must be some higher controller, somebody who is in charge of everything, who can solve all of our problems. And then by studying Shastras, we come to the conclusion that Ishvarah Parama Krishna, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and then we start worshipping Him. And then the Rucha Pradhana Marga is when you associate with some great devotee of the Lord who has this experience of happiness of serving Krishna. And by their association, you get the same taste and you want to get it more and more and more. And then after getting this taste, you start studying what it's about, what happened with me, what kind of experience is going on. And then you start studying Shastras, especially Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. And Srila Rupa Goswami in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which I also belong, is called one of the parts of the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. He wrote one very important book. Dr. Janardhan already mentioned about this book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the book which is the textbook on Bhakti. And in that book, he gives a definition of the pure devotional service. And he says, Annivilashata Shunyam Jnana Karma Janavritam Korlena Krishna Nu Shalanam Bhakti Uttama. That the highest bhakti is the activities, variable activity in order to please Krishna and everything which is connected to him without ulterior motives and not being covered by karma and jnana. And speaking about now we are part of the Bhakti Vedanta conference. We are speaking about the Vedanta. Vedanta is very analytical, very scriptural, very high, complicated knowledge. And what is the use of the Vedanta for Bhakti? Bhakti, which means the service with whole heart to Krishna. What is the use of the Vedanta? And Srila Jiva Goswami giving explaining jnana anamritam, that bhakti shouldn't be covered by jnana, he says that jnanam atra nirbheda brahma anusandhanam natu bhajane tattva anusandhanam api tasya vasya apekshaniyatvat. He says that jnana anavrita means that our bhakti shouldn't be covered by just some analytical study of what is Brahman, what is not Brahman, especially Brahma, Nirbheda Brahma Anusandhana. But he says that Natu Bhajaniya Tattva Anusandhanam. Bhajaniya Tattva. Bhajaniya, it's a very special Sanskrit word which means worthy of worship. Anusandhana means the research or like jignasa, trying to understand why Krishna, Supreme Lord, is worthy of our worship. Why we should give him everything, like all our heart, all everything what we have. And then Jiva Goswami he says, Bhajanitattva anusandhanam api tasya avashya apekshaniyatvāt. He says that it's very, very important to understand why Krishna is worthy of our love. And therefore, he's one of our Tattva Acharyas who wrote the Shatsandarpas. Shatsandarpa is the book which is very highly technical. He speaks about Vedanta, he quotes Upanishads, and this is the book which is based on the Srimad Bhagavatam. And first he defines that Bhagavatam is the Pramana Mamalam, is the highest source of knowledge about supreme reality. In Tattva Sandarpa, Pramana Kanda, he gives a very, very scientific definition, like what are the different Pramanas, Nava Pramana, and then he says that amongst all of them, the Shruti Pramana is the highest, and amongst all kind of Shrutis, Vedic Shruti is the highest, and amongst all Vedic Shrutis, the Srimad Bhagavatam Shruti is the highest Pramana. And then he starts quoting from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And very interesting, in the very beginning of Tattva Sandarpa, he gives one verse. He says, Yashi Krishna Padam Puja, Bhajanayaka Bila Shavan, Tatrayavam Drishtavan, that Anyasmai Kshepitor Pitaha. That only those who wants to Krishna Padam Puja, Bhajana Eka Abhilasha. Those who wants only pure devotional service to Shri Krishna. Abhilashavan, Tasyayava Drishatavam. Only they can see this work of Bhakti. Actually, this is Bhakti Vedanta in the highest sense. Very analytical study of what is Bhakti, what is Supreme, who is Bhagavan, who is Krishna, what is his abode, and so on. Only then we can proceed with this study. Anyasmai Kshepitor Pitaha. Everybody who comes with any other motives to study Sandarpas, he says, Kshepitor Pitaha, I curse them. You can imagine that the author curses you. You just start reading the book and you die. That's why it's very important to see what is the aim for studying Shastras, Sanskrit, Vedanta. We want only the pure love of Krishna. Vedasya Sarvagya Aham Vidyah. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the whole Vedas, they are meant to help us to love Him. And then when we speak about Krishna, Krishna includes everything which is connected to Him, and especially the Holy Dham. And while speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to also understand that there are, like Srimad Bhagavatam is Sarva, in 12th canto it says, Sarva Vedanta Sarvam Hi Srimad Bhagavatam Ishate. Tatra Samrita Triptasya Nanyetrasya Trasih Kvachit. That Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta. And if you read Vedanta, we can see that there are different explanations on Vedanta Sutra. We have Advaita Vedanta, we have Vaishnava, different kinds of Vaishnava Vedanta scriptures, 4 Vedanta schools of philosophy, Shuddha Advaita, Advaita, Achintya Veda, Vedatattva. Like, we have different views. And why is it so? Because Vedanta speaks about the controversy, about different statements of Upanishads. We have 2 kinds of statements, Vedavakya and Abhedavakya. Vedavakya, the statements that everything is connected to the Supreme Lord, everything is the Supreme Lord. Like Sarva Kaldam Brahma, everything is Brahman. But then also we see in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Saesha Neti Neti Atma. Atma, naiti, is not dead, not dead, not dead. If everything is Brahman, how something can be not Brahman? And that's why we have 2 opposite statements. And whole the Vedas, they speak in different way. And Sri Ramanujacharya, in his Vedanta Sangraha, he gives a very wonderful solution. He says that whenever we see the conflict between 2 statements, Bhedavakya and Abhedavakya, we should see them through the means of Siddhanta. Siddhanta means the higher conclusions. which means that we have to see them if that statement fits to the conclusion of the Sampradaya Acharyas. We have to give that statement mukhya vritti, or direct or primary explanation. Yes, is it so? But if it goes against the knowledge of Sampradaya, we have to give the statement the lakshana vritti, or indirect explanation. Like Apani Pado Javno Grahita, he said that Brahman, he doesn't have legs, but he can walk. Pashyantya chakshush chashanoti karnaha. One sees although he doesn't have eyes, and he hears although he doesn't have ears. How is it possible? And that's why when it is said that he doesn't have form, nirguna, nirakara, we say that he doesn't have material form, material qualities, but he has spiritual qualities. That's the way our Acharya they explain. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, we can also see different conclusions. Like we can see the statements that everything is Brahman, everything is one, and also the statements of difference. And therefore, it's two kind, like it is said, Tarko Pratishta Shutayo Vipyana. Tarka, logic, is a pratishta. It doesn't have the foundation. Like yesterday, Dr. Srinivas Varakeri, Puja, both Puja, Srinivas Varakeri, he spoke very nicely about Vaishnava Vedanta. And then at the very end he says, I can in the same way speak for Advaita Vedanta, because I'm Nyayika. I'm just Nyaya. Nyaya, you can like this. You can turn it in any way. Every statement of scriptures. And that's why while studying Srimad Bhagavatam, you have to see, like if you make a hypothesis or the foundation that everything is one, Advaita Vedanta is the highest goal of Srimad Bhagavatam, then whenever you see statements that Krishna is Supreme Lord, He is transcendental and so on, He is spiritual, you have to give Lakshana Vritti, the indirect explanation. That, oh, okay, it's just Saguna Brahman is the highest Brahman, but something like that. And Advaita Acharya, he is very, very skillful, like very expert in giving that kind of explanations. But if we assume that Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about the Supreme Lord, therefore any statements from Srimad Bhagavatam, when it is said that everything is one and He doesn't have any qualities, and we can find many statements from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Then it is said that we have to be able to give them indirect explanations. And that's why Srila Jiva Goswami in his Tattva Sandarbha, he shows us how to solve this. What should be our primary hypothesis about, is Srimad Bhagavatam speaking about the Bhagavan as the Supreme Truth or Brahman as the Supreme Truth? And therefore, how to solve it? It's a paradox. And that's why he says that we should see what is the Hridayanishkam, or the heart of the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vakta, Shukadeva Goswami, and Pravakta, Srila Vyasadeva, through whom Srimad Bhagavatam manifested. And that's why he says, he quotes these verses from the 7th chapter of the 1st canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranishite malaya apashyan purusham purnam mayam cha tadapashayam. That Bhakti yogena manasi, in the trance of Bhakti Yoga, Prema Bhakti Yoga, Manasi Samyak Pranihitaya Maria, in the pure heart, Apashyan Purusham Purnam, he saw Purusha Purna, Purna Purusha, and Mayam Cha Tat Apashayam, and Maya, who is under the control of the Supreme Lord, who is Nicha, how to say, is down. And then Purusham Purnam, Jiva Goswami, he gives explanation. He says, Srila Vyasadeva, that Krishna. Anyway, he says that it includes the vision of the internal energy of the Lord. Like Purusham Purnam, Purna means fat. Purna Purusha. Like in America or in the West, we have so many fat persons. And it could mean that Srila Vyasadeva just saw some very, very fat person. But Purna means full with all his energies. And Chandra Kantivati, he gives an example. We see the full moon, but not just moon alone with the moon rays. That's why he saw not only Supreme Lord, but him alone with his spiritual energy. And then the whole explanation goes on that Krishna's holy dham, Krishna's parshadas, Krishna's abharanam, Krishna's vastra, everything which is connected to Krishna is also spiritual, is also composed from his spiritual energy. And therefore, holy dham is also not different from the Supreme Lord. And that's why in Srimad Bhagavatam we have so many, like a lot of explanations why Vrindavan is important. And I just wanted to, basically it was the main topic of my paper, to say how Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about Vaikuntha Loka, or about the Holy Dham as being transcendental. And maybe I just got 2 verses and then just say how Srimad Bhagavatam to say that Lord Brahma, when he was performing austerities, 2nd canto, 9th chapter, he was doing very severe austerities, and as a result of those austerities, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Tasmai Svalakam Bhajanam Sabhajitam Sandarshayam Asa Param Nayat Param Vyapetta Sankresha Vimoha Sadvasam Svadrishtavadbhir Purushair Abhishtutam. That he shown him his Svalakam Bhagavan Sabhajitam, his loka, his abode. Sadarsham asa param nayat param. There is nothing higher than Vaikuntha Loka, spiritual world. Apeta sankresha vimoha satvasam svadrishta bhir purushar adhishtatam. Yes, and all perfect persons, they abhishtatam, they worship this Vaikuntha Loka. And then we say that Vaikuntha is transcendental, and he gives in Bhagavata Sandarpa many reasons why Vaikuntha is transcendental. And then he says that amongst all Vaikuntha Lokas, the highest planet is the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, which is meant for the devotees who have unflinching and unallowed love to the Supreme Lord. Those devotees who wants to serve him without Ashvarya Jnana, understanding that he is the Supreme Lord, only as a son, as a father, or as a lover. And for such a wonderful devotees, Krishna, like Rasa Vaisahara Samhyavyam Labhva Anandi Bhavati. Titiriya Punchada says that according to the aims or the desires of the devotees, they want to worship Krishna in some particular way, and according to their desires, the holy dham also transforms. It manifests the suitable place so that the devotee could express their love to Krishna. That's why the holy dham is like a Vaidurya gem. It can manifest in many ways. We have Vaikuntha, we have Goloka Vrindavana, we have Dvaraka, we have Mathura, we have Ayodhya for different devotees. That's why I had a very wonderful opportunity to stay in Vrindavan, and in my case, as I said, like I came in contact with Krishna consciousness just by association with great devotees. And last 4 years, I had a very great opportunity to stay in the holy dham, and the ananda, the happiness which is there in the holy dham, in Vrindavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham, is beyond any expectations. And that's why, I felt that experience to some extent. And I understand that if we continue hearing about Krishna, trying to study Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with great devotees who have this real appreciation of the Holy Dham, so that experience will increase more and more. So that's why I would like to invite you to visit Vrindavan, to visit our ISKCON temple, different temples in Vrindavan, to see Yamuna, Giriraj Maharaj, to do parikrama. And Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sanihito Harihi is the very wonderful place when Supreme Lord always resides. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for all the wonderful organizers of this conference. I'm very sorry that I don't have enough time to speak whatever I wanted to speak. If you have any questions, please approach me personally. I'm going to be until the end of the conference. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.